This is a solo episode based on a conversation I had in my DMs on Instagram. I can't wait to jump in and start with this because you are just right. Let's keep calm and mother on. Mothering is way too important to do alone and way too serious to be serious all the time. My name is Christy Thomas, and I am here shoulder to shoulder with you, mothering and enjoying life together. This is the podcast where you can focus on being mindful and taking a deep breath with me and learning new things so you can pause and savor the amazing life you already have. I'm so excited to talk about this today because I had a conversation with an Instagram peer of mine, right? An Instagram friend. I don't know. I've never met her in real life, but I would love to. On Instagram, she is known as Glory Nutrition, and her name is Heather Campbell, and she's a dietitian and nutrition expert. But through the month of September, she's been sharing about some hard moments of motherhood. And I just wanted to remind you all, as we end September, which is Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month, right? So we can have those hard conversations, that you are not alone. I do not want you to think that I am here on the sideline recording a motherhood podcast, hoping that you can be plastic fake. I don't want you to stretch yourself too thin. I want you to ask for help and let other people help you. I want you to build a community. I want you to learn new skills if you feel like you're not the type of parent you want to be, but you're always a good enough parent. Like you're not a shitty parent, like Carla Nomberg said this week, okay? You are exactly the right mom for your kids. And here are some myths I want to bust, right? Number one idea, I want you to think about the Velveteen Rabbit. Have you ever read the story of the Velveteen Rabbit? It makes me want to sob every time. And I remember when I believe I was in grade school and I got to see it live as a play at a local theater in Northville, Michigan. And I remember feeling so sad that they had to burn the stuffed animal because of scarlet fever, right? Like the whole idea didn't make sense to my head, and it still is really hard for me to understand. But that's what they did. And then that well-loved animal became real. I want to say that motherhood is kind of like this every single day. Every single day you are pushed to your limits. And every day you're kind of burned by some fire and your love becomes more real. I hope that makes sense. I don't need you to look like a perfect brand new stuffed animal. That's what I'm trying to say. There is no glory in that for me. I want you to be loved and tender and soft with yourself. That you're okay with the imperfections you have and you can treat yourself with kindness and self-compassion, and that you can ask for help. Because there's a refining process in that. But I don't want you to burn yourself up and not exist anymore, because I am so glad you are here on earth. So if this is a confusing message, bear with me, because this is me full of energy from a soapbox moment, and I want to record this while I have the passion and fire in me. Because I know right now it is very easy to open up your phone and compare yourself with the whole wide world. And there is no need to do that to yourself, to compare yourself with the whole wide world. I don't want you to think that I'm behind this microphone as some sort of superhero mom, okay? Superhero wife, superhero human. Because I am not. I have loud days. I have sad days. I react poorly. I overreact sometimes. I underreact and then feel bad because my kids got hurt, right? Like there are all the dynamics going on inside of me. And I don't want you to normalize the superhero effect of mothers. I don't know if you've ever noticed the way that people call military people heroes. I noticed this as an active duty family, right? And I think that when they use the word hero, that it actually dehumanizes the struggle that that family has gone through during deployment. Or if they just use the word troops, right? You don't have to think about all the people that are left behind at home waiting. So let's stop faking each other out with this glossy facade of a superhero effect or dehumanizing them. Let's just learn how to be with ourselves and try. I would love to invite you over to my house with a basket of laundry on the floor and serve you fruit salad that I didn't chop up myself and I bought at the grocery store right out of the plastic bowl. Some of my favorite moments of hospitality have been served out of the bowls of food from the grocery store, right? Or a bag salad cut open with leftover meat thrown on top from the night before. I am here reminding you, you don't need to be different than how you are. I started this podcast so I could reach back to the mom I was and to the other moms in that season and remind you that you are not alone. There are lonely days in motherhood, absolutely, but you are not alone. I'm so glad that you are here on earth, and I am so thankful that we can have hard conversations. And if we need to continue the hard conversations about suicide and unaliving yourself, I have episodes that I can put in the show notes about that. But for today, I just want you to know, I'm glad you're not a superhero mom. I'm glad that you're not doing it all. I'm glad that sometimes you fail and that you share your failures with me, because sometimes I fail and I share my failures with you. And that's how we build community. It's so much harder to live a good life and to try to be the happiest mom I know and to keep calm and mother on when I think that I am in my own personal, private, horrible circus over here. I don't know if your kids ever watch Mr. Beast, but there was an episode that my son and I watched this week where this guy stayed in a house for 100 days. And one of the last days, I'm totally going to spoil it for you, Mr. Beast, Jimmy, hired clowns to stand around this house for 24 hours. They didn't talk to the guy. They just kind of stood there in their clown makeup. Okay, sometimes the inner voices in my head feel like that circle of scary clowns just looking in on me, taunting me. And I bet that feels like it to you too sometimes. And if you want to gain some more skills, great. We can talk about that together. We can get a group together, and I would love to teach you some positive discipline skills. If you want to read a great book and just have fun to be a mom and you don't know how to add more fun to your days, I can help you with that too. But all of this ties together because you know that I am over here making mistakes, dropping bowls, crying over spilled milk, stubbing my toe, getting mad at my kids, getting angry with my husband, right? All the things, getting mad at myself, that circle of clowns in my head. But I still deserve to be here. And so do you. And if you're a mom that needs more skills, that's okay. But we can gather together and we can eat the plastic, deli bowl fruit salad and share it together and know that we're not alone. That's what this episode for the last Friday of September is about. I just wanted you to know there are no superhero moms. There are 0 ways to be a perfect mom. And there are millions millions. I'm talking with my hands and bumping the microphone. Millions of ways to be a good enough mom. And I'm glad that we can be good enough moms together and not superhero moms. I don't have the energy to keep up with that. I don't want to. I just want to be good enough so I can enjoy this one wonderful and wild life. And I'm going to show you the next time I get deli takeout food and share it with you on Instagram, okay? Tonight's meal is mostly made out of frozen pre-made things. We're having chicken and waffles, and so I bought gluten-free waffles and gluten-free chicken nuggets, and then it's a casserole all combined together. Fingers crossed that it tastes good. But I had help, right? I bought the pre-made things. No perfection here. Here's your self-care act for today. I would love if you scroll through all the Breathe With Me episodes and do a moment of breathing. Breath work and breathing is one of the biggest tools I have in my basket of how to keep calm and mother on. It's what allows me to reset and reframe and find myself again and choose the miracle of love. And that's why I started recording them, because I needed a spot to hold the container to help me practice. And I hope it helps you. Next, for your family fun idea, I want you to play a silly drawing game. I'm sure you've seen this before. We've talked about it here, where you fold the paper into either fourths or thirds, and then you keep passing it along. So the first person draws the head, and if it's thirds, the second person draws the body, and then the last person draws the legs, and maybe if you fold into fourths, the fourth person draws a tail or the background. Okay, but just take some time and do something silly with each other. Do something that involves some risk and creativity. Something that allows your kids to see you not be perfect either. So I love drawing games because I am not a great artist on the fly, especially with pencil. And so drawing games allow my kids to see me make mistakes and work through them. To see me laugh and be silly with them. And I want them to have those memories. So that's why we include the family fun idea. Every episode here includes self-care and family fun, because I want you to lead with kindness and connection every day in motherhood. Okay. You are exactly the right mom for your kids. And it's been a while since I did a soapbox passionate style episode, and I hope this makes sense. I'm just going to roll with it, and I hope you have a good enough day for the last day of September 2022 here. And if you practice the rabbit game like I do, go make some rabbits to put on your kid's floor. Print some rabbit pictures and rabbit them so when they wake up, you've left things on their bedroom floor. Oh, that would be delightful. I'm doing that because tomorrow is a Saturday morning. Bye, everyone. P.S. Don't forget to message me on Instagram and let me know what you thought of my soapbox moment. And if this helps, text it to 3 friends.